Hey guys, happy Tuesday! It's Matt from Train Sim Society and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Today is the big day. We've got a brand new article up on the Dovetail forums officially announcing the release date for West Coast Mainline, Birmingham to Crewe. So All Aboard Studios are making their TSW debut with WCML B2C releasing on Tuesday, October 21st for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, Epic Game Store, and Steam, priced at $29.99 Great British Pounds, €35.99 Euros, and $39.99 US dollars, and is releasing on PC and 9th gen console platforms only. Very important to note. But October 21st, wow, that is exactly 1 week from today. They're really pushing this one out fast. I am excited for the route. I really am, but with the last couple of patches either not fixing much or introducing new issues, and with so many lingering bugs from previous versions of TSW still around, it honestly makes me a bit nervous. There's still a long list of problems that need attention. AWS magnets not responding to TSRs, that was addressed in the patch. That doesn't seem to be implemented into the current version of the game. This very frustrating windshield wiper bug where it just stops working mid-service and resetting train physics doesn't solve the problem. It's happened to me twice this morning. And even the latest hotfix for the October 10th patch, which seemed to break even more stuff. Journey mode on multiple routes has been just completely borked. On Leipzig to Dresden, for instance, some services are totally blank or spawn you in on foot instead of in the driver's seat of the train you're driving. I get that this new route is developed by a third party, but Dovetail is still the publisher at the end of the day, and they ultimately decide when things release. If they're not focusing on getting the game to a stable state first, it really dampens my excitement for new content. I am thrilled for All Aboard Studios' debut, and from what I've seen, it looks like a great route, but I think it's very fair to express concern given how things have been lately. So with that aside, there is another Steam sale, I guess, adding on to what we already have. This is a 2-week-long deal running from October 13th through October 27th. So 3 add-ons that layer directly into WCML Birmingham to Crewe are discounted. We have the Birmingham Cross City Line, the Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino, and the West Midlands Railway Cross Country Class 170 DMU with a first-time discount for the 170. Now, for those wondering, the percentages are confirmed here. Birmingham Cross City is 80% off, the Pendolino is half off, and the 170 DMU is 30% off, all on Steam. So if you've been waiting to pick those up, this window is absolutely your opportunity. The article also confirms a pretty hefty list of improvements to the Class 350, which has been a big talking point ever since this route was first released. I already covered these in my last video on the WCML Birmingham to Crewe. They originally came from a forum post by someone who worked on the route, but we're going to go through them again here just in case you either missed that video or prefer hearing the final official notes that Dovetail published. So most of it is the same, but I'm going to go through it again here. So these changes include reworked suspension, improved braking curves, updates to the traction lock system so you can finally switch cab ends properly, and fixes for the emergency lock condition. So pressing the plunger or throwing the PBC into emergency can now be recovered. They've also improved the door logic so you can consistently depart without the brake sticking when applying power. The AI coupling and uncoupling logic has been fixed. The UDS switch logic has been made more reliable, and the body indicator lights now behave correctly depending on whether you're driving or acting as guard. Keyboard players will also notice a better feel when using the PBC with smaller braking increments, and the automatic brake system now only activates under 1.5 miles per hour like in real life, which helps with depot and wash movements. Plus, there are new onboard announcements and passenger ambience. Praying to God the passenger ambience work on these things, because right now on the Riviera line, for some odd reason since the latest patch, the passenger ambience don't work. I have it set on, I have the volume set to 100%, and even when the carriages are full, I don't hear anything. I still hear the occasional sneezing, but I don't hear any passenger chatter. It's so weird. Again, that just goes back to the state of the game and new core features being broken. So to finish off this list, visually the /1 has the proper pre-refurb interior. The not in service PAS now shows LNR. The external PAS color is closer to real life and the text is also centered. Now, before you get too excited, there's that familiar note again, and I think a lot of us are just sick and tired of seeing it. The article ends the section with one line, note some changes may not be on preview stream, however these changes should make release or a post-release patch. We have seen this way too many times now. It has just become an unacceptable pattern. Stop rushing these DLCs out. I get there's going to be some bugs and some issues, but I just really hate how they say some changes may not be on preview stream, however these changes should make release or post-release patch. Well, which one? I really hope they are clear during this preview stream and they go over what changes are in the first official build that paying customers are going to be getting. If delaying this add-on by a week will mean that launching this route with all of the necessary or required fixes happens, then I say go for it. It's just getting really ridiculous at this point. It really is. Like, I'm excited for this route, and I think it is awesome seeing a new third-party studio like All Aboard Studios making their debut, but again, it is Dovetail who is publishing it, and the timing just feels so off. The game is not stable, faults are happening more frequently than ever, though it was noted that that was fixed in the latest patch. That has been the case for me, thankfully, but not every player is seeing those changes reflected in their game. So the article also touches on a few other things worth mentioning for Epic Games players. Phase 2 of the add-on rollout takes place today, bringing back a bunch of routes like the Manchester Airport Commuter, Fife Circle Line, Harlem Line, Salzburg to Rosenheim, Blackpool branches, and the WCML Preston to Carlisle. Then on October 16th, unbranded Caltrain content will be returning to TSW6, so that includes Peninsula Corridor, the MP36 Baby Bullet, and the MP15 DC Switcher. Now, if you own the previous versions, you'll be able to download the new unbranded ones for free, but if you didn't own this DLC before, you will be able to purchase it again, which is nice, but keep in mind, you're going to be purchasing the unbranded version because the branded version has been removed from storefronts. So yeah, there's a lot happening this week. Steam sale, the new route announcement, which we've covered multiple times, but more details today, the ongoing rollout of older content. Very, very busy time for TSW, but I do think there's a real need for Dovetail to pause and focus on fixing the fundamentals before adding more to the pile. We have seen way too many cases lately where new DLC introduces more problems than it solves, and that just is not sustainable long term, and it looks even worse for them when more DLC is coming out before they have a foot on the issues that already exist. We are tired. We really, really are. And I hate to come on here and sound like a complaining little moaner, but this is just the truth. Somebody's got to say it, and I will. But anyways, I want to hear what you guys think. Are you planning to grab the new Birmingham to Crewe route at launch, or are you going to be holding off until we see a few more patches? Definitely let me know and share your thoughts below. And as always, thank you so much for clicking and watching. Take care, guys, and happy rail simming.